Hey YouTube, Otto here. So we have our third installment of bugs, issues, and balance suggestions for Star Citizen version 3.7x. Number one, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna have to check on this one. I don't know if maybe I'm doing something wrong, or maybe it's possible and it's not working right. I'm not sure. Jumping out of quantum mid-jump, I've done it a few times, but I've also pressed the same keys in the same way and had it fail. And so I don't know if it's an issue or if it's I'm doing it wrong. I don't know how you press a button wrong, but there's definitely something amok there. It's not happening on a regular basis for me. I've tried to exit and it doesn't always exit. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Moving on. Number two. What do we got here? Okay, this was a suggestion. The landing pads. We need the landing pads marked. When we land somewhere like a rest stop or like at a station or something somewhere, because when you go in and you get stuff done quick and you get back out, we have no idea what landing pad we landed on. And I've run into that problem dozens of times. Sometimes I can go to the terminal and it will show me what pad it's on. And sometimes I'll go to the terminal and it doesn't show a pad at all. It just says it's there, but it doesn't tell me where it's at. Next one. Okay, I got out of the Freelancer Max captain seat while exiting Hurston's atmosphere. When I got back in, I could not get any jump points no matter how many times I reset my destination and exited the map and started quantum. I ended up having to blow up the ship and start all over and respawn and claim the ship. So yeah, I was traveling out of Hurston. I could see the destination. I was already set to it. I just had to clear the atmosphere. I got out of the seat. I got back in the seat. When I got back in the seat, I could not get any destinations whatsoever to show up. So there's definitely something going on with the star map. Next point. Ships need an interior captain seat viewable. Yeah, a viewable cargo manifest. It'd be really great if we could see what's in our cargo hold. Like maybe something down here. Maybe something in menu. You know, maybe a cargo manifest or something. That way you know what you're carrying. Yeah, that would be really cool. Let's see what else we have here. Hurston, Aberdeen, HDMS, Nordgard. Coordinates are broken. I tried to jump to it twice when I was right there by the place, and it jumped me out into middle of space, in the middle of nowhere. So again, that place is broken. HDMS Norgard. Lorville Spaceport gave me a $250 parking violation for parking in the hangar it told me to. And leaving my ship there for 5 minutes before they said it was going to be stowed and then fined me. I've actually had this happen a ton. I think I figured out that if you leave the ship on, if you, like let's say I just landed here at Olisar like I am here in this Defender. If you just get out of your seat like this, and I didn't shut the ship off, I just got out of the seat. If you just get out of the ship and you go in, I think that's when it's fining me. Okay, but if I... Let's get back in the seat here. If you land the ship, and then you press... What I press is U. It's like a quick key, right? For, I guess, flight ready. So I press U, shuts everything down, and then get out. It won't find me. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't know anyone who knew why it was working that way. I'm sure that maybe SIG made it to work this way. Maybe they're trying to tell us to shut our ships off when we land. And if you don't, we're going to find you for having to shut your ship off, and then put it away. But that's been an issue, getting fined for parking where you're told to park. Usually in a relatively short time. You know, you've been there 2 or 3 minutes and it's already like, move your ship, we're going to find you. I'm like, what do you mean you're going to find me? I just parked there. You told me to park there. Okay, next one. Banu Defender. This is just something I've noticed because I've been flying the ship a lot. For the most part, I enjoy it. But what I've noticed is the problem that I'm encountering with the ship is it's got 3 main pieces pretty much. The main bulb body and the 2 arms. If you ever lose an arm out there in space, whether it's off an asteroid or another ship clips you or in a starfight. So yeah, if you lose an arm, the entire ship will no longer like fly. Like, usually whatever causes it, if you take damage, it usually slightly starts spinning your ship, you know, because you got a force against you. Or if you hit an asteroid or someone hits you, it will spin your ship. But the moment you lose an arm, the ship can no longer be flown. The entire ship is crippled by losing one arm. And I think it's because the maneuvering thrusters are partly on the arm. And so it just breaks the whole ship. I don't know if this is something that can be maybe modified or, you know, engineering-wise, move the maneuvering thrusters over to the body. Because right now, you don't have to kill a whole ship. All you have to do is kill one arm. And the ship is critically disabled. Let's see what else we got here. Set quantum jump. Jump to quantum. Look out front screen and see distance. Okay, this is the one I was telling you about. Where you can see your distance. But if you get out of the captain's seat and you get back in, it will not let you set your destination anymore. 3.7 has been really hard on the star map. A lot of times I set my destinations multiple times in order to get them to take. And sometimes, like if you get stopped, if you get interdicted by the police and they scan you, sometimes it will never let me jump back to quantum there unless I go into the map and reset it a few times and then come back out and reset it in order to get out of there. So that's been it's been really wonky. It's been very inconsistent. All right, I'm just minimizing or just bringing the list down so I can read. Guns and gun racks on ships are not persistent. I'm sure you guys are aware of this. You can put guns in the racks, but you can't take them back out if you, like, I'll give you an example. I put 2 guns in my Banu Defender here in the gun racks, and I logged out in the bed, and then I logged back in immediately, and I got back in the ship. I got, you know, it spawned me back into the ship in the same spot I was at in space, but the guns were totally gone. And so you can't currently use gun racks. Moving on. When logging out of a bed, Banu Defender, when I log back in, I am in the co-pilot's chair, not the captain's chair. Is there a purpose for this? Yeah, currently it doesn't put me back in the captain's chair, even if no one else is on the ship. It always puts me back in the co-pilot's chair. I was just wondering, you know, is that on purpose, or is that, you know, accidental? Is that not working properly? Find at Grim Hex for parking where it told me to. Didn't even take it off the elevator. I didn't even get off the elevator before the announcer guy complained they were going to store my ship, and then seconds later find me. Several times I have been fined inside of seconds of parking my ship and then going into the building. It's just, I can't even tell you all the various places this has happened. It's just when I wrote it down this time, it was at Grim Hex. I've had it happen at Grim Hex. I've had it happen at Arc L1. I've had it happen at Hurston. I've had it happen at Olisar. It's just all over. It's like I'm being fined like crazy for parking where I'm told to, and I don't know what's up with that. Comms channels are not auto-updating when entering a new station, R&R, or other location. We have to keep entering and exiting to go to the comms for that station, R&R, etc. to show up. So let's say, for example, if I was trying to go into Olisar and I was just flying, I just now flew into the Olisar zone, right? I have to keep going into, like I'll just go into power here, and then exit there and then go back into the comms to update the channel here, because otherwise it will never update where I'm at and give me the comms. It'd be nice if we could just have, like, the comms right there up, and the moment you get within range of it, it refreshes the comms and it pops up on your screen. Right now, I have to go in and out, in and out, in and out, you know, like a half a dozen or more times in order to get it to pop up. And that can be difficult sometimes when you're coming in to a station's pretty quick, especially in PvP zones. You're trying to get in there and land before someone ends up firing at you, and you're trying to flip through menus in order to get to a comms thing while you're shooting in at the station like a bullet, trying to get there as quick as you can, and then before it finally updates, you know. So that'd be great if that would auto-update. Arc L1 is busted. Tried to get a ship out of there over a half a dozen times. Every time it would literally tell me to move it within seconds of spawning it and then immediately go into ship storage. One time I was literally flying off of the platform and it stored the ship, and I was teleported into the R&R and I guess I died from the shock because I was actually moving in the ship. And then it teleported me into the station, and my legs were broken, and I fell over and died. The timer for the ship removal, storage, etc. is super low, too low to even be usable. And I also got fined I think I did it like 6 times. I was trying to get the same ship out of the ARC L1, and 4 of those times out of the 6, I was fined 250 credits for parking someplace it didn't want me. Even though I literally just clicked the terminal to spawn in my ship. And I would go jump in the elevator, and on the way down to the elevator, it would fine me for parking there, even though it just spawned it there. So there's a big problem going on there. What do we got here? I believe it was ARC. It says ARC 11. No, it's L1. ARC L1, this is a different instance. It told me it was spawning my ship in at pad 3. So I went to pad 3, no ship. So I went back upstairs, right? At that point, it had already taken my ship, because if you know ARC L1, it takes a while on the elevators. And so I would pull the ship out again. It would tell me pad 3. I went down to the pad 3, no ship. I did this 3 times, and there was never a ship out there. So the 4th time it told me pad 3, I was like, it's not going to 3. There's a problem. I immediately brought myself on the elevator to pad 1, and there was my ship. And so I don't know if it's other stations, but this one at that time was telling me the wrong pad it was sending my ship to. So that definitely needs some attention. And again, this isn't a complaint list. It's just a punch list saying, hey, these things in Star Citizen. Some of them were suggestions or requests to get some various things maybe changed or fixed better. I mean, maybe you got some of this stuff the way it is on purpose and you want to keep it that way. That's fine. But some of these are definitely bugs and issues that need attention. All right, y'all. Like, subscribe, share. I'll see you in the next.